I'm Courtney Wagner, and this is In the Game. I'm here at Atlantic Coast High School with Principal Lynch. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, Courtney. It's lovely to have you here.
Absolutely. So I know we chatted a little bit earlier, and you're actually a local born and raised Jacksonville gal. You went to Fletcher High School and are now the principal of a local high school here. How does that feel?
Well, it's pretty exciting. I mean, I love this area. I love the beach where I grew up. In fact, when I went back to teach, I went back to Fletcher for years to teach there. Even some of my teachers were still teaching there. So it was very interesting, but I kind of fell into education, but it turned out being exactly where I should be and what I should be doing. The administration piece was really never in my plan, but I ended up doing a lot of administrative stuff, and I thought, I probably can do it better than that person. So, and I went back, and that's how I ended up in administration.
Definitely are, because I know you've started with the school since day one, and you guys are just taking off in all different directions, which is amazing. Tell me a little bit about your sports programs.
Our sports programs have always been really important to me because I'm kind of a sports minded. I've always enjoyed sports myself. I played tennis in high school and so forth. But I think it's really important for a well-rounded experience for a student, as well as when academics support the athletics and vice versa. It just makes for a stronger program and a more cohesive, I think, high school experience for kids. So our coaches have been great here, as well as the teachers, at working together. If the student is having a problem academically, the coach supports. If they're having a problem athletically, the teachers come out and watch them, in their games, which the kids love. So it just has kind of always gone hand in hand for me.
Right, which is great because you really can't have one without the other. It makes for a collective overall better school, which you all definitely have. And tell me a little bit about your advanced study programs here.
We have what is called an AP Honors Academy, and we've also added Capstone, which is a new college board where you actually can earn a diploma from College Board as well. It was kind of built behind the magnet programs, just like the same kind of academics. Being principal at Stanton prior to opening this, I was very familiar with that program. So we have kids that come out with, 30 hours of college credit at a high school. In fact, we just had a student accepted to Cornell, so we have our first Ivy League. We've got kids really represented at UF and FSU and UCF. So I think our program is really competitive with the magnets and any other academically focused program.
Absolutely, a very high standard of athletics as well as academics here.
Right.
And I know you said, going back to the athletic side, which I really admire, you all are doing something that not every school is involved with when it comes to special needs children.
Right. Atlantic Coast is very interesting because we do have a very high-performing academic AP Honors Academy, where kids are taking college-level courses. We also have all of the special needs programs, many of the kids in college-level courses as well with the proper support that Duval offers, all except one. So we have one teacher coach who's very devoted to Special Olympics. So we kind of fell into that because she's very active in the state. So we have truly unified team, which means the general education students have a team with the special needs students. The one that comes to mind most is our flag football team, because the football players play with our special needs kids. They go to state competition. We host it here. A couple of kids have gone to national competition. They also do paddle boarding, tennis, soccer, bocce ball.
That's great. So they do a little bit of everything. It's not
Right.
even just the standard sports. You all are really going
Correct.
above and beyond with all the competitions.
Right. So that's really fun for the kids to get involved. And really, a lot of the gen ed kids then make the decision to make that a career, to work with special needs students. So it's just an integral part of Atlantic Coast.
And what a great full circle as far as, a healthy athlete helping another one and then getting a passion to go help other children or athletes in need.
Right. It's really been fun to watch. Like I said, that was not my expertise, but I've learned an awful lot about it, so it's good.
Absolutely. And I know, you're leading this school day by day. What hopes do you have for Atlantic Coast 5, 10, 20 years down the line?
I hope that we just continue in the same vein and have our programs be very cohesive. And of course, being a new kid on the block, if you will, our reputation isn't like an older established school here. I think we're close because we're a very large high school. But one day I would like for us to be thought of as the very, established high schools that are here, and just continue. We have a great faculty and staff, and I just hope we can continue to attract, quality teachers and coaches, because I think that's really important.
Absolutely. Quality is everything. And speaking of quality, I know you all partner with the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute in that they take amazing care of your athletes. How is it, not only as a principal, but as a mother, having that relationship?
Well, I always am on the sidelines, particularly at football games, and the administrators take turns covering games. So for me to know that there's somebody that has that expertise on the sideline, like Dr. Kaplan and our trainers, it's just really takes my nerves down a whole notch, knowing that they would have the proper care if something happens, because that's, of course, a principal or parent's, worst nightmare, that something would happen on the sports field. I also had, as a parent, experience with JOI because my son played football for JU, so Dr. Kaplan was often on the sidelines there. So I know some of the therapies and things that they provide, even when the athlete is not necessarily injured. So it's a really great relationship to have.
Definitely, and taking care of the athlete at the end of the day is the most important part, and I know that you all really value that relationship with them, and like you said, your own son has gotten help from them.
Right,
so definitely a peace of mind as a parent.
Right. And it is an ongoing relationship kind of thing. One of our trainers, in fact, now is on the faculty here when she decided to have a family and go into teaching, but she still helps. Her heart is so in the athletics. She still helps with a lot of the things we need trainers to do here.
That is wonderful. Well, Principal Lynch, thank you so much for your time and for having us here today. We really wish you all the best of luck in all of your endeavors.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. It's lovely to have you here too.